All right. Apologies for the low image quality. I recorded them playing. I wasn't even watching. I don't actually know what happened here. I don't even know what the rule set was. Let me pop open the rule set. Hopefully, do I even have the right link for 2025 weekly opens? I opened the 2024 one. Okay. Um, so this was Deli versus Akiyama. Is this the right week? I don't think this is the right week. Okay. All right. I don't think I scrolled down because. All right. I don't know what the rule set was here. Um, so that's an open question. But let's follow along. Deliala's first turn. So following my normal credo, I would check Akiyama's hand for directional strength. A up, A down, A to the right, A to the left. I don't think I caught the whole game because we had a person coming over and I just saw the game was being played. So I turned on the recording, occasionally reached over and pressed reload, and then closed it when the person showed up. All right. A in every direction except the left. So that certainly draws me thinking to the left. For instance, any card with an 8 to the right seems like a potentially valuable starter on the left side. So 6876 or 9864 could have some kind of play. Hmm. So given they only can capture if you play in 1 or 7 from 4, it would be really nice if we had play against 4. So for instance, if we played 9864 and 7, they can take in 4 with a 7 facing out, but have no other ways to take. So if we had play against that 7, that would be really appealing for us. I don't think we do, and I don't think we have big setups there. It could still be a way to apply pressure, but they do have the nice capture. All right, what about 6876 and 1? They have 3 captures, so this is going to be harder to control. But okay, but 9945, we have the same wall with 438A. And 9368, we have 6486. And A771, we have either 986, we have 9864. Oh, so that's interesting. All right, so 6876 and 1 is an appealing option. Is there anything else I really want to look at? Hmm. I was thinking that Akiyama's cards facing to the right are facing left, like if they're on the right side of the board, are kind of swept by 6876. And I was thinking maybe you could start on the right and try to set up some endgame sweep with 6876. But I'm not finding a way to do it that's that appealing. I like creating challenges. I like 6876 and 1. Let's see what happened. Hey! Deli, a guy. Good move. Okay. So now we're thinking how to react to it. And my first instinct, always against a kind of corner like this, where I have some play on one side and no play on the other, is to play an adjacent corner that gives me play against the side I don't have. So, for instance, 9945 and 3 gives me 1A77 and 5. Do we have any other setups? I haven't looked for others. That was just the one I saw because it was the top card. 77A2 in 3 also seems defensible. That sets up A771 and 5 and 2, but also we have the recapture in 6, so that seems a reasonable way to do it. Um, hmm. Yeah, so that's my first idea. A second idea is in once, so you could argue I have 4, but I don't have 3. You could also argue that you don't have either of those squares. So there's a case for going in 5 and trying to set up having, essentially both ways. Um, But the only thing in 5 that really sets you up to have 4 in a way that you don't currently have is 1A77, but that doesn't set you up in 2. This is Akiyama playing. So Akiyama moves in 5 often say, I only need to set up one way, but if you block that way, I can have play. Can we try to do this? Maybe a way to think is, can we go in 5 such that we set up 2, but we don't give ourselves anything new in 4, but if they go into and force us to play 4, we can cover them going in 7. Now, to cover them going in 7, this is so convoluted. This is not going to be relevant. But but this is Akiyama, and Akiyama makes weird moves in 5, so maybe that's the direction. Okay, I don't actually think so. But now I sort of want to find if there's a way to do that. I don't think there should be. The only card you could. Ooh, okay. So if A771 and 4 is comboed by 9864 and 7, but you already have that covered with 9368. So actually, maybe that leads me to thinking you should just play A771 and 4 immediately. Because the upside of that, I'm not sure I can get this to work, but you could imagine something like A771 and 4. They don't want to play 7 immediately because you have the combo in 8. If they want to recapture in 2, their only card is 438A. And if they play 438A, that's one of their 2 cards with good left value. And I could see something like. I'm not sure exactly what, but. Okay, let's say for just sake of argument, 9945 and 7. Their only capture is 9, 7, 2, 8, and 5. You do have the same wall in 6 that potentially combos back quite a few things, like everything, and that might be enough that you can build up play such that you have some threats there. I'm not sure. That's just an idea. A771 and 4 seems interesting. I don't believe in 5 here. I think the moves in 3 are probably good enough. I think you could go 3 and hold this game. I'd probably be drawn to 7-7A2 because it's difficult for Deli not to block 2 given he doesn't have 6. And it doesn't use up one of your cards that has enough up value that it threatens to take anything. And I think you want to keep a bunch of those in your hand, otherwise you're just not going to have the captures you need. So I kind of like the look of 7-7A2 and 3. I don't like 5. I think 4 is appealing. I don't see why you'd go 2. That's not for me. The argument for 7 would be they're kind of obliged to go 4, and if you had some good L setup, and it's not like Deli has significant right power. Maybe you have some setup there, but okay, yeah, maybe you could see something where you go 7 and then you play. No, I don't like 7 very much. Okay, you can always go 9. If you were gonna go 6 or 8, would you rather the game is up, down, or side to side? Pretty clearly up, down. So I think 8 should be better than 6. All right, so I'd probably be looking at 3, 4, and 9 as my primary moves. Let's see what happened. Akiyama, taking some time to think. I just assume when I click ahead on the thing that the move's going to be played. All right, he does go 5, which I had discounted. And so the reason I discounted it was because if Deli goes 2, everything Akiyama can put in 4 is still covered. And in fact, the only thing you can go in 4, where the way Deli combos it, you don't have combo play against, was A771, which is now out of his hand. So my instinct is Deli should go 2. Now, actually, maybe there's a case Akiyama could have gone 6. Maybe he does actually win side to side. Deli's hand is much better up down than side to side. So my candidate spots for Deli would be like 2 because that forces the action, I think, favorably. Maybe 8. Maybe there's something nice in 8. Like I could see 9-8-6-4 and 8 just being like a good move. 6-4-A6 can play well with it. You cover anything that can go in 9 with 4-3-8-A because it can plus a 9 facing up. You also cover 9s face. No, you don't. Yeah, but you should have good play against most things there. It seems plausible. But 2 seems really appealing. See if he goes 2. He does go 2. All right, cool. Yeah, I like that move. Now, there is some difficulty here. Because one thing about Akiyama's move is he has same walls in both 6 and 8. And so if Deli goes 4, he has to flip 5. And you could imagine there being some combo potential. Or if Akiyama goes 4 and Deli combos it, that's going to combo and flip 5, and potentially there's play through it. But that play doesn't seem very strong because 5 only flips 2. So, All right, so in general, a lot of players, when they get in this kind of difficult position, will play in like 8 or 9. And there's some set of Deli All game that has like a move in 7 here in one of the first Delta Bowls. Um, but usually it's you try to make 4 work, or you try to just go in 3. Like if you can grab safety, 3 is the only place you're going to be able to grab safety besides 4. Um, Now that sometimes means you play like 7 7 A2 and 4 and that's safe. Here it isn't safe, so I guess you don't do that. So okay, 7 7 A2 and 3 is kind of the I think I'm in trouble, but I might be able to hold candidate move. And 4 is the I can walk into the combo, but I've calculated it out. So, for instance, if we play 9 3 6 8 and 4, I assume we're getting comboed immediately. So let's say 6 4 A6 and 7. And then you play 1 A7 7 and 8. Do you have any play there? Nah, you just lose. You have nothing to the left. Alright. What if we play 9 9 4 5 and 4? That induces 4 3 8A. Can we do anything more with that? Say we play, again, 1 A7 7 in 8. Nah, this just loses. Yeah, this is nothing. Okay. So probably we're going to see 3 or something creative in 7 8 9, or I guess even Akiyama's a weirdo. He might go 6, but okay. I'm going to guess we see 3. Because I don't. There's so many spots, like in a game where like you go in 1 and they take from 2, and you realize, wait a second, I don't have a good recapture in 4. Often the bailout is just like, if I have safety in 3, it should be fine. There might be things I have to figure out in the future, but I should be like headed towards a draw. And this is kind of a worse version of that because you have a random card in 5 your opponent can attack, but it feels like the bailout. Okay. 3 minutes left of the video, and it's Deli making a move with 4 minutes on the clock. What are the odds I caught another move of Deli's? Like 2.5, little over 2.5 more minutes on the video that we have. I bet Deli doesn't make another move. I'm going to skip to the end. Okay. Okay. So this is all I have recorded. Now let's think for ourselves. One thing to note is there is no more same wall in 8. There is a same wall in 6, but there is not a same wall in 8. But the same wall in 6 means if Deli goes 4, we should probably assume Akiyama's playing 6, at least at first. So for instance, if we play 6 4 A6 and 4, we go up 6 4. I really don't see. Akiyama still has a plus wall in 8, actually. But let us assume for now that you got to go 6 and you don't have some sneaky move in like 7 or 9, more likely 9. Okay, so 6 4 A6 and 4, simple safety. Same wall in 6. And then, okay, you're down 6 4 if you're Deli there. You can play 4 3 8A and 7 and you get at least a tie. 9 7 2 8 is a really good sweeper here. Really good sweeper here. Not perfect, but very good. So okay, that looks like just a tie. I mean, always worth having a tie, but okay. We should let's make sure that's a tie so we know we have a tie. Like if we're thinking about this in terms of an actual game, we should sort of make sure the move we think is at least a tie is a tie, just in case we don't find anything. Like you're definitely looking for a win here, but you know, tie. You gotta have the tie in hand, and I have lost many a game thinking like, okay, a lot of these moves are good enough to tie, but I can't find the win and looking for the win and not solidifying the tie. And it is kind of complicated. Like there are lots of moves where you can just check the main line, but because there are 2 combo squares in 6 and 8, it's a little scarier than that. So if they go 6, we definitely tie with 4, 3, 8A, and 7, no matter what cards they have left. Yeah. So, okay, we tie against 6. If they go in 7, at the very worst, so they don't capture anything if they go in 7. At the very worst, we can play 4, 3, 8A, and 6. We're still up 6, 4, and their only multiple capture, which means the only way we can lose, is if they play 9, 3, 6, 8, and 8. And that's true no matter what they put in 7. They can't set up another way to combo there. And if they play 9, 3, 6, 8, they go up 6, 4, we capture 1 back. So we can't lose to a move in 7. If they take the plus wall immediately in 8, I'm just going to assume we can't lose there because, like, definitely can't. Say 4, 3, 8A, and 7 ties. Yeah. Okay, so we can't lose to that. Can we lose to 9? That's interesting. 9's not a square I've really been thinking about, but they do have the combos both ways. So let's say they played 9, 9, 4, 5 in 9. Can we lose? So they can never force 4, 3, 8A to flip anything extra. But we can lose there, right? Because 9, 3, 6, 8 landing in 8 is really bad for us. And if we go, yeah, so if we go in 6, they play 9, 3, 6, 8, and 8. They flip 2 things. They're up 6, 4. We didn't flip anything. Ooh, interesting. We didn't flip anything, and then 9, 3, 6, 8 is safe in 8. So if they go 9, 9, 4, 5, 9, if you go 4, 3, 8A, 7, they go 8, and they're going to flip 3 things, because they're going to flip 2, 5, and 7, and we only flip 1 card back. We could go in 7 with 9, 7, 2, 8. 4, 3, 8A is good in 6 there. Oh no, okay, so if they go 9, 9, 4, 5, and 9, we can play 4, 3, 8A, and 6 because it has the plus. And so that flips 9, which is needed. Yeah, that puts us up 7, 3. They flip back 2, 2, and 5, and then we tie in 7. Okay. So I believe 6, 4, A6, and 4. I'm trying to calculate because I've been bad at calculating recently, so we're trying to get like in a little bit of calculating form. That was my conclusion from the last videos I did was I cannot calculate right now. We got to force ourselves to calculate. So I believe 6, 4, A6, 4, 9, 9, 4, 5, 9. I might have been saying 7, I meant 9. 4, 3, 8, A6 looks to me like a tie. Okay, can they put something else in 9 that would be scarier? Well, 9, 3, 6, 8 is definitely the problem. If that's not their final card, I'm not worried. So the only other threat in 9 is 1A, 7, 7. But I think there we could just... Yeah, we definitely can just play 7 there. Okay. All right. So I think 6, 4, A6, and 4 ties. But there's a lot of other options. We could play something like 4, 3, 8A in 2 in 8, saying I can sweep you up down. I'm not sure I can. And I think you can do tricks forcing me to flip 5. That seems hard for me to believe it. For instance, so at this point, we've found a tie. So if I play 4, 3, 8A, and 8, and I find any tie for my opponent, I can stop calculating because I already know there's a tie. So for instance, 4, 3, 8A, and 8. Let's say they go 9, 9, 4, 5 in 7. If I take it from 4 with 6, 4, A6, they can same wall in 6. That's going to flip 5, which is going to flip 2, but it's also going to flip 8, which is going to flip 7. And I'm taking 2 cards back, but I'm pretty sure that's just a best of tie. I should actually count it, though. So 4, 3, 8A, and 8 is 5, 5. 9, 9, 4, 5, 7 is still 5, 5. 6, 4, A6, 4 is 7, 3. 1A776 flips 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. They're up 7-3, and we flip back 2. That should be 5-5. In the end, they secure 2, 3, 6, and 7. Yeah. Now, after 9, 9, 4, 5, and 7, we could try to win without going in 4. But I don't believe it. Yeah, I don't believe it. How are we going to win if they go like 9, 3, 6, 8, and 4 next turn? Yeah. Okay. So I don't think 8 can win. I don't really see why 6 could win. We can hold on to 4-3-8A and 6-4-A6 to cover potential combos if they go 4, but then we have to use 9-7-2-8, which is our best sweeper. So that seems really unlikely. Okay, do we have some fun setup in 7? Almost. 6-4-A6 sets up 9-7-2-8 to have a fun plus in 4, but I think we don't have any play anywhere else. Okay, what about 9? 9 is more likely than 7, just because 9 can set up threats against 3. I'm not sure why I started with 7. Probably just because I tend to start with the lowest square when I'm not particularly drawn to moves. Actually, we have a nice move for 9. It doesn't set up against 3, but 9-7-2-8 sets up 4-3-8-A in both 6 and 8. If they put any card in 8, sorry, if they put any card in 6, if we play, so we play Sigurd 9-7-2-8 in 9. If they put 9-9-4-5 and 6, then our combo combos through 5 to flip 6, and we're going to be up 7-3. And their only double capture we sweep, so we definitely win there. If they put one of the other cards in 6, then we are up 6-4. And I guess they tie with 1A7-7 and 4 maybe? Because 6-4-A6 doesn't sweep that. So Sigurd in 9, if they play 1A7-7 and 6. It's hard to imagine we don't take the combo. Again, 9-3-6-8 landing in 8. We can't flip that from 7. So Sigurd in 9, 1A7-7 and 6, 4-3-8-A in 8, flips 1 card, puts us up 6-4. Sorry. Start over. Oh, no. This works. Because I need them to... Okay, so 1A7-7 can't be in both 6 and 4. It needs to be their card for 4, so 6-4-A6 doesn't have a capture. But it also needs to be their card for 6, because it accidentally combos. If we play Sigurd in 9, and they play 9-3-6-8 and 6, that flips 9. And that means our combo back flips it back, and we win. So they can't go 6. Okay. So Sigurd 9, if they stick whatever in 8, we're presumably playing 4-3-8-A and 6, and we are at that point guaranteed, if we needed to combo back 2, it does. We're guaranteed to have reflipped 9 as necessary. We'll be up 6-4 because we flipped 5. Maybe they can just play 9-9-4-5 and 4 there. Because that flips 2 cards back, they'll be up 6-4, and 6-4-A6 doesn't sweep. So, okay. If we go Sigurd in 9, and they go 9-3-6-8 and 8. No, but they can't play 9-3-6-8 in 8 because it combos through... No, it doesn't combo through too much. Okay. Yes, it does combo through too much. If we go Sigurd 9 and they play 9-3-6... No, it doesn't. It obviously doesn't combo through. It never flips 2. My brain's going. All right, so Sigurd 9, I think they can play 9-3-6-8 and 8. We go 4-3-8-A and 6. We flip 1 card. We go up 6-4. They play 9-9-4-5 and 4. They flip 2 cards. They're up 6-4. 6-4-A6 only flips 1 card and 7 at the end. All right, I think that's a tie. Now, I have the Discord open. I haven't looked at it. Weekly open. Nope, I misclicked 2023 awards and it's running slow. All right, weekly open. Why won't it open? There you go. Deli says, helps when you read the rules. Good game. Akiyama wins. Deli goes 4 here, but I thought 4 should be a tie. Why isn't 4 a tie? All right, I'm going to pop open the game there. But we'll continue looking here, and we'll try to visualize it. All right, I had to log in. So Deli plays 6-4, A6, and 4. Akiyama plays 1A7, 7, and 7. Oh no, there's no plus wall. Deli goes 7. This was the line I had given as a tie. Akiyama goes 8 with 9, 9, 4, 5. Deli plays 9, 7, 2, 8, 9, but it doesn't combo 9, 9, 4, 5. Okay, there was no plus wall. So what were the rules? Because I didn't actually find them. Same plus same wall combo random. No plus wall. How does that change things? Interestingly, that means the 9, 9, 4, 5, and 4 taking Deli's starter was covered by a same wall. 9, 3, 6, 8, and 4 was covered by a same wall, but A7, 7, 1, and 4 was not actually covered at all. So A7, 7, 1, and 4 might have been a better idea than I thought. Amusingly, if 9, 8, 6, 4 captures it, though, you don't have the recapture with 9, 3, 6, 8, the recombo, so it might have been worse than I thought. Hard to tell. I have trouble going back when I've been calculating assuming one rule set and trying to figure out the ramifications, and I think that's okay. I don't think 9 was a win, and I don't think my calculation based on 9 needed it to have plus wall, but now I'm not sure. All right. And then Akiyama goes on to beat Sir Smokes in the next round, and I think wins the tournament. Congrats to Akiyama, who I don't think was losing this game. I'm gonna, this is always it's a pain to do, okay. No, it's gonna be a pain to figure out, no, I have a better way to do this. Okay, I think we can figure this out. I think I have a way to, the problem I'm having is my solver, I have different iterations of it, but on this computer and setup right now, I only have, of my 3 potential solver options, I don't have one of them, and one of them can't do offbeat rule sets, meaning if same is missing, it doesn't understand. No, it should work. Plus while missing it can do. Okay, I can use the normal solver. I'm an idiot. Sorry for the end of this video. We're really going here. It can't do no same, yes, same wall. And it can't do no plus, yes, plus wall. But it can do no plus wall. Okay, so let's figure out what the cards were. Deli had first turn, so he had 6, 8, 7, 6, 9, 8, 6, 4. I liked how he played it. And were plus wall a rule, I think I would have just supported how he played it the whole way, given that I don't think 9 was a win. Now, he also sent messages to the chat, but I probably should stop reading private messages when I record videos. But he sent messages to a group chat. Or someone did. Maybe they were relevant? Think 9 was a win there, and I just goofed. Okay, I don't think 9 was a win there, but it's close, so I can... Yeah, I'm not... I might be wrong there. Alright, so we put in Deli's hand. I totally lost my place. A7, 7, 1, 7, 7, A2, 9, 9, 4, 5, 1. And also I had infinite time. Like, I could just look at the position however long I wanted to. So, obviously, not the same as an in-game situation. All right. I'm gonna do a quick test to make sure it's working without plus wall. It is, okay. And I should do a quick test to make sure plus is working. All right, it looks like the rules are good. Okay. So Akiyama played this weird move in 5 that I don't trust, but seems good enough. I preferred 4, so maybe that one's hurt without plus wall. Let's have the solver give a quick comparison of 5 and 4. After Akiyama's move in 5, Deli had 9 losses. After my move in 4, Deli had 20 losses. Okay, that's some argument for 4 being better. I also like 772A and 3, where Deli would have... This isn't by any means definitive. This is very lazy analysis. My move in 3 loses, so good thing I wasn't playing this one. Oh, because there's no plus wall. Of course it loses. All right, yeah, of course that loses. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That move should lose. All right, so Akiyama goes 5, and Deli goes 2, which I like. Now, we know Akiyama's move wasn't losing. We know it wasn't particularly high pressure, but it wasn't losing. Akiyama has 5 ties left there. He goes in 3, which I thought was most logical, and does tie. There is not a win here. Against 9, 7, 2, 8, and 9, there are in fact 4 ties. The one I concluded was 9, 3, 6, 8, and 8, which loses. Way to go, me. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. There's 6A, 4, 6, and 6, not 4, 3, 8A. And 4, 3, 8A actually sweeps that endgame because it's same wall as 9, 9, 4, 5, but it gets a random plus against 1A, 7, 7. So it does tie, but the line I gave was not that tie. Now, I concluded everything in 6 lost, and I was wrong about that as well. Because I just did a bad job counting. This isn't even based on plus wall. I was going to be like, I'm going to use plus wall as an excuse when I miscounted that. Because plus wall was a good excuse for 3 being a bad move. But no such things. So Deli goes 4, which, yeah, would have been a good move, but is now losing. Yeah, that's tough. Nicely done by Akiyama. Like, good feel for the rule set and held that well. But that's a rough game to lose from Deli's perspective because, like, you shouldn't... this position we're looking at, like, Deli shouldn't lose this position. Yeah. But, I mean, we've all had games like this where we think a rule is in play or that it isn't, and our brain just doesn't let us know. And that's a real skill, the more consistent to be able to hold said rules and not, like, do your automatic calculations. So, yeah. Good win for Akiyama, and goes on to win the event. An interesting game for us to talk about, even if all my analysis was with the wrong rules. Which means I was in the same boat as Deli. I was like, yeah, 6-4, A6, and 4, that's the safe tie. 9-7, 2, 8, 9, I don't think that wins. It's complicated. Let's just go 4. And I would have lost the game the same. I agreed with every move of Deli's. I wanted the move in 1. I wanted the move in 2. I wanted the move in 4. I would have lost this game the exact same way. Great work, everyone.